Okay. Oh, what the heck? Let me reload that real quick. That's weird. It never happens. Odd. Alright. Losing my tracking for some reason. The heck? Why is it losing my tracking? It's like I'm not lit up enough to read. Start that. It's like it's freaking, it's not detecting my dang thing. Why is it not freaking lights on? More light in here. And it just loses tracking. Why is it doing that? Let me just save that. Okay, let me just restart this thing real quick. Because for some reason it's deciding to not track properly. So that's great. So we love when it doesn't track properly. When I do that, let me get the bot up and running. It was fine the other day, so I don't know why it's being done now. Just turn the light up on that, turn that up. Okay, let's see if the bot is up and running. Bot does not seem to be. Oh, there we go, okay. The bot is up and running. Okay, there we go. It looks like the tracking is way better now, right? Calibrate that, right? Cool, awesome. All right, let's get to this already. All right, welcome back to. This is our 6th anime club, I think, right? I think that's what it is. This is for summer. We're wrapping up summer, and we are gonna get our fall playlist or watch list, not playlist. So let's just start right away with these are all ordered by title, by the way, not by popularity. I hate that. So yeah, all right. Let's see. Let's start with the 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Okay, so this one was interesting. It kind of felt like it was trying to take the route of like cosplay. What's it called? The Darling anime. I forgot the name. I didn't know this one was gonna be 24. I thought it was gonna be 12. So I'm like, oh, it's ending like tomorrow. It's not. It's ending in a while. It was pretty good. So far, so good. It's pretty good. It's doing pretty good. It's I do feel like they did introduce like a few characters and they just kind of dumped them. Like they introduced her and then they just kind of like, she's all right. She's there. They haven't introduced her or her yet, so I'm guessing this is for the second cour or whatever. So yeah, but so far it's doing pretty good. I can't really give it a rating yet as it hasn't ended, but I wouldn't consider this romance. It doesn't look like it is because it's very meh in some areas, but yeah, it's doing pretty good. Wait, this is this one, okay. Journey through another world, raising kids while adventuring. Guess what? This one was one of the other isekais, right? I started with this one and I watched like 7 episodes, right? 7 episodes deep, and then I just dropped it because it just kind of got boring. Like it tried to change up the isekai, right? With, oh, this time he finds 2 kids and now he's raising them as their older brother, pretty much. And that's really it. That's the gimmick. Everything else is there. He's overpowered. He's likable apparently by everybody, and yeah, the same boring isekai crap that you always get. So that annoyed me. So I dropped it like really fast. I can't even give it a rating because I dropped it. If I drop something, unless it's really bad, I usually don't give it a rating. But this one was like, it was very meh. So yeah, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in the Russian. Okay, so this one started off pretty good. It didn't really drop off except the last episode. It was good. The problem was, right, it just ends. That's it. It leaves on such a bad cliffhanger because they're at the end of this, they're trying to have like their student council election, and they're like right in it. They're like trying to get all of the what do you call them? All the things in all the their debates and their speeches and everything. And that's it. That's how it ends. It just stops. So that was frustrating. It was just kind of, I didn't like that. There is gonna be a second season though, so that's good. It's already been announced, so there's no reason to get like all uppity about that. So, though I don't know when it's gonna start, so we'll just have to see where it goes. But yeah, I did not like the way it just cut off abruptly like that. Okay, that I didn't watch. Nobody's way up to an exploration here. Okay, this one started off pretty crap. I'm not gonna lie. It's not an isekai. It's just straight up fantasy. And it was just boring. Honestly, I couldn't take it anymore. Like all of this on the cover is just bait. The guy is the most plain look. Just look at the dude. He just looks like every other boring protagonist ever, and it just kind of, whatever. I'm not gonna give this light of day. It was just kind of, it's one of those dungeon crawling anime, and he uses bug spray to kill like the random mobs and stuff. And that's kind of where I stopped. I stopped at like 4 or 5 episodes because they introduced like the first lolly and they introduced the second lolly, and then it just kind of like, I'm like, okay, I know where this is gonna go. The dynamic is gonna be dumb and it's not gonna be worth even watching. So I dropped it pretty fast. Atri, my dear memories. This one's not over yet. I think we left that episode 11. So this one's based off a visual novel. You can kind of tell off the just by the cover, but the setting is interesting because the sea levels rose, and it covered up a lot of like the old, like a lot of Japan, right? So now they're living kind of on an island, and that's pretty interesting. The romance aspect's also pretty interesting. Other than that, it doesn't really do anything different apart from having Atari be a humanoid. She's like a robot kind of. So there's kind of a dynamic right there between like humanity and whatnot, you know. It's pretty cool, like a thing here. So yeah, I'd probably give it an 8, maybe. Yeah, probably an 8.5. It's doing pretty good. It's not over yet, but it's up there on my list. Why does it keep defaulting to that ring? Okay, didn't watch those. Okay, Bye Earth. Is this one over? Right, it only had 10 episodes. Yeah, this one's kind of weird because it just kind of ends. Also, kind of like Alia did. And I don't know if... Okay, it's getting a second season 2025, so that's good. So a lot of people were actually confused with this when it first dropped. It was very like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And it's kind of true. It kind of just throws you into the world. And I did feel like that we were gonna get to explore a lot more of the world, but we didn't. That's probably gonna be in the second season, because the whole premise of this is that our main character here, I forgot her name. What's her name? Character Belle, right? Belle LeBlanc. So she is human, but she doesn't have any animal features, so they call her featureless. And she's the only one in the world that has that. Everybody has like tail and ears and whatnot, right? So they're all like animal people, anthropomorphic animals. So she's different, but the whole world revolves around like people having swords and whatnot that they grow. It's a little bit hard to understand. You have to kind of watch it, and even then it's kind of hard to figure it out. But I think it did pretty good. I like the world building. I kind of wanted to learn more, even if it just kept getting more and more confusing. So we'll probably get more of that in the second season, because now she went to like the capital where everything happens, and she got the right to be a nomad now, so that's cool. But yeah, I'd probably give this one an 8 because it was a little bit confusing, but that's about it. Next we have what else? Dahlia in Bloom. Okay, I have my gripes with this one, honestly. So it started off this is the recurring theme this whole season. It starts off good and it kind of drops off a little bit. So it started off pretty good, right? It starts off with her and her dad, and she like looks up to him and she wants to be an inventor too. And the dad dies, I think that same episode, or the second episode, and she's all alone, but she keeps doing that. And then later on, she meets his main boy here. There's also he's not on the cover, but she was originally betrothed to some dude, and then he like dumps her because he's like, oh, I like this other lady. And man, the guy's a scumbag. He's like so weak, dude. He just man, I ain't never seen such a bad character in my life. Well, probably have, but yeah. So she builds her own like company, makes inventions and stuff or whatever, and does pretty good. One of my only gripes is that the shading in some of the scenes is very weird. So you have like normal shading, right, for characters and stuff, but for some reason what they like to do to save on time, I guess, is to just picture like a line going right here across the guy, and this part is all darkened, right, like with a multiply layer. And that's like half of the scenes are lit like that, and I don't like that. It looks dirty. It just looks ugh. And like it just looks like they're using like a shade of brown instead of something more like cooler, like a blue, and it just looks ugly. Other than that, the interaction between the characters are pretty nice. The dynamic between these two is kind of cute. I do kind of like it. I do kind of ship them. They don't get together in the end, I think. I don't remember them doing that, so I don't think this is getting a second season as of yet. So yeah. Funny enough though, it says fantasy slice of life, right? That's it. Apparently there's hints that this might actually be an isekai, because there's like a brief scene near I think it's either episode 11 or 12 where she has like a flashback where she's in an office, and apparently she died of getting overworked, like Karoshi. So apparently it might be an isekai, but she doesn't seem to remember anything else or ever talk about it, so it's kind of just up there, so I can't be sure. But apart from that, there's no other hints that it's an isekai, so I mean, that's alright with me. The less isekais we have, the better. Alright, I'm also gonna be drinking this stream because talking is good. It gets the mouth dry. Alright. Next one, Days with My Stepsister. Wow, I wonder if this one's yeah, it's a romance, of course it is. So, I have my gripes with this one. The first 2 episodes, I think, the first 2 episodes were okay. It kind of sets it up. It sets up the bit of the relationship between them two. The 3rd episode feels like we skipped like half of that and just kind of jumped into something else. It was just kind of a little bit jarring. And for the most part, I really don't understand what she sees in him and what he sees in her. Like, every character in this, apart from like 2, are really boring. Like, even Genki Girl here is just I kind of just forget about her. Like, there's really no reason she should even be in the main cover. But she's kind of a kudeta type. She talks like really slow. She's really like, you know, a bit, not cold, but like that. And that's her whole thing. She has like no personality. Main dude over here is so cookie cutter. I can't even figure out anything about the guy. It's just, ugh. Like, man, they've been doing romance so dirty these past few seasons. Like, I haven't seen a good romance in a very long time. And yeah, this one was pretty boring. I didn't drop it. I did end up finishing it. But for the whole time, I really don't get what these two see in each other. And it's just kind of off-putting. Okay, Delico's Nursery I was going to watch, but since it was like a vampire thing, I don't like vampires because I kind of find them boring. I just kind of decided to like not watch it. And like the art style just looked a little weird, so for me, I didn't watch it. And it's also been delayed for a while, I think. So okay, Dungeon People. This one I caught onto it late because it just kind of went over my head. I confused it for another one. So I did end up dropping this one mainly because I just kind of stopped caring, not because it was bad. It was like 4 episodes in, I think. Not even. I think it might have been 3 episodes in. I dropped that at the 3rd one. Like, she goes in looking for, I think her dad went to like the last floor of the dungeon and was never heard of, so she went after him. And then she ends up kind of getting hired by the dungeon master to like help out in the dungeon, and well, that was really it. She's like cleaning up and doing other duties like interviewing monsters and stuff, but I kind of just dropped it because I don't know, just kind of felt boring. I'm kind of sick of the whole dungeon crawling genre, like the dungeon crawling, fantasy, and isekai. And if you combine all those 3, obviously it's gonna be bad. But I'm just kind of tired of it, so I dropped it. So I can't rate that one. It wasn't bad. Like if you like that kind of stuff, sure, it's kind of slice of lifey. So if you like that kind of stuff, then sure. But for me, it wasn't for me. Oh man, I just finished this one today. Oh man, I gotta. I'm sorry, Failure Frame, but I gotta roast you. The title's pretty accurate. It is a failure. I don't know how people could rate this higher than a 5, but okay, I rated it 3 because it was so awful. So let me describe every isekai ever so you can get a feeling for it, right? All right. Main character is in high school, gets isekai'd, right? He has black hair, he has skills, but they're weak, but he's somehow still overpowered. He gets a harem of women, and he's trying to get revenge. What anime did I just describe? Well, guess what? It's all of them. They're all either that. It's either they start off with very bad skills, and they're still somehow overpowered, or they just straight up overpowered. There's no in between. Like, I don't think I've seen an isekai in a while that it's just normal. It's just a normal fantasy world. Those don't exist anymore. Because for some reason, see, I gotta hit you with this one, Japan, okay? The main reason why isekai trash is so prevalent isn't because of anyone else except the people in Japan. The number 1 rated, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was the anime and the manga, or the light novel in this case, I think, was this really dumb anime that was also all of that. It was isekai fantasy, all the same crap, and it was number 1. How, dude? How? Like, I'm sorry, but you guys are the problem. Anybody that watches that and like puts money towards it is part of the problem, and I don't understand it. It's just so boring. Okay, back to this. Enough ranting. Okay, so I watched it, right, and the first 2 or 3 episodes are incredibly jarring because they use very bad CGI, first off, right? And while it's not the worst I've seen, it is still pretty bad. The monster designs that they use are awful. I've never seen such bad monster designs since like some old PS2 games. It was just bad. I'll give it that. They kept the smoothness of the 3D instead of trying to make it 2.5 what's it called, like animating it on 2s where like the frame rate's lower just to make it look more anime. So that's good, but it was still really bad, you know? So the whole plot is that he's like the worst of the class in terms of like the skills they get. So the goddess ends up like banishing him to like a dungeon to die. And then his classmates get like the overpowered stuff. So he goes on a revenge story to try to get her back. But I've seen that like a million times, and it's really boring. And it's really hard to get that to nail that like plot. They didn't nail it good here. It was pretty bad. So another thing is that the art style is awful, right? You get a lot of rim lighting when there shouldn't be rim lighting, first off. And the worst offender the worst offender might be the environment art. I ain't never seen an environment so bad. Let me just show you something real quick. This one was from the last episode. Let me see if I can find it, because they really went all out. Okay, so this looks like it was made by AI. They put this in Stable Diffusion and be like, okay, give me an anime style house by the lake, forest, mountains, or whatever, and it looked like that. There's no sane person that would draw this. Everything about this is wrong. And then the other environments looked so bad. Like, not only was it too dark to even see what was going on, it just looked like they just plastered random stuff all over the screen. It was awful. It's another scene where he walks into town and the people aren't even the same height. Some people are really small, some people are deformed. It just looks awful, dude. And then the plot's just kind of there. Like, the guy's just going on a revenge spree. That's not really much to add to that. And then they just kind of ditched the plot with the classmates at one point. You forget they're even there until like the last 3 episodes, where they're just randomly close to the guy. They never interact, but they're there. And then it just stops. Now, I really hope this is not getting a second season. I really hope it ain't. Okay, from the looks of it, it's not. That's the worst part too, because it leaves on like a cliffhanger in a way too, where it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna continue. Knowing this, knowing how Japan loves their isekais, there probably is gonna be a second season next year. Hasn't been announced, but it probably will be. So yeah, horrible, dude. Absolute trash. Head Start at Birth. Okay, this one I watched the first episode and got bored of it because it's the same crap, right? But this one's with like a lolly that can talk to animals. It was really boring, and they're only short. They're like 3 minutes each, so I dropped that. So yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I parry everything. Okay, so this one is also fantasy, obviously, like every other anime it seems that we're watching this season. And the problem with this one, yes, I did have a problem with this one, and yes, I did drop it like 4 or 5 episodes in. The problem with this one and a few other anime this season is that for some reason they decide to make the main character's brain dead, and I don't know why. So the main guy here is like not good at any sort of specific tasks, so he can't be an adventurer. He can't be a thief or a paladin or a mage or whatever. So he starts doing odd jobs around town, but he's really strong, and he ends up killing this one like demon on accident, completely on accident. And like, he's really strong, but he doesn't know he's really strong, and he thinks that he didn't even know he killed it. He thought someone else did it, and he's just dumb. He's such an airhead that it's not even funny. And yeah, that was really it. Like, at one point he gets invited to like the castle with the king, and he gives him this really awesome like legendary sword. The guy uses it to scoop up poop. That's it. Like, man, really? Like, are you that dumb, dude? Like, really? Just why? So I dropped it. It was really just, it was awful. Okay, next. Love is Indivisible by Twins. Okay, so this one's another romance. I thought for sure this one's gonna be good, because you have the dynamic of having the 2 twins. They're pretty similar, but they're different. And, well, I'll give it this. The main character, while looking still a little generic, has more personality than the guy from Stepsister. He actually has interests. He's actually not one-dimensional. You actually kind of could see what he likes, dislikes, and you could probably like this guy, essentially, right? So do the twins. The twins are also pretty different. One's kind of very like tomboyish. She's into like the same nerdy stuff that the main character is. The other one's like kind of sporty, but more like book smart. So they each have their qualities. The problem is, for some reason, they decided to say screw the what's it called, the dynamic in some ways, where apparently in the past main guy liked like her, right? But then what the sister was gonna get them together, she decides to ask him out, and they start going out, and I'm like, bruh, what the heck? And then she dumps him like 2 episodes later, or like an episode later, maybe that same episode, who knows? So she dumps him, and then she's like, you know what, you two should go out. So then they go out, But then he starts kind of like not cheating, but he starts kind of like being like, "Yo, dude, like I still like you, even though I liked her in the past." And it's like the dynamic. You broke the dynamic. What are you doing? You guys had something pretty good going for the first few episodes, and then it just breaks. I thought like at first when she did ask him out, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a little bit of friction between like all three, like a bit of a love triangle. Could work. And then she dumped him, and it kind of ruined everything. And overall, like she's just the worst, man. Rumi is just like, everybody didn't like her. Everybody in the comments I saw was like, man, Rumi's ruining everything, and she is. She's just kind of like a little too. She's like the Lisa Simpson, except not as bad. But she's kind of like the Lisa Simpson of this anime. Overall, though, I did finish it. The romance was alright. I'd probably give this like a 6 or a 7. Probably a 7. At least the romance was kind of decent. At least the other characters also had... They don't show the other characters really, but... At least the other characters had somewhat of a personality, so that was nice. Okay, McCain. Too many losing heroines. Okay, so... Ooh, okay, I gotta talk about this one. I actually really like this one. From the first episode... From the first freaking episode, man, the art style was beautiful. It was so good. The shading, the lighting, the animation of the characters, man, they were so expressive. Dude, if you have the chance, go look at the OP and the ending. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so well done. Like, man, I mean, who did this? Who was the production company? A1. A1 never disappoints when it comes to visuals, at least. Okay, so in terms of romance, the romance was pretty good. A lot of the characters have, like, it's based around like the three main girls that have their love troubles, right? One of them gets dumped, one of them gets like a bit like rejected, and the other one's too shy to even confess. So like they'll kind of have their own little thing going. And I mean, obviously she's best girl, right? Our girl Anna, she is like best girl because she's freaking hilarious and her expressions are the best. So there is no romance between the main character or main male character, which is like, there he is. I don't know why they don't put him in the visuals because they don't really care about him. So he's kind of playing matchmaker. He's kind of playing like support in a way, which is kind of cool. And the guy kind of has his own personality too, so that was nice. He wasn't like a self-insert. He has his own things. And there was a lot more characters in this. Like, there was these two, there was those two. There's a few more in the student council and some other things, but overall, probably this one was probably one of the better romances this season. Just visually, the story was pretty good. It was pretty slice of life with the romance element on top, so which was pretty nice. And it was just funny. Sometimes it was just pretty funny, especially with Anna doing everything. That's girl, dude. So I would recommend this one. I gave this one a 9, I think, or a solid 10. I wasn't sure. Oh, I haven't finished it yet. Right, there's one more episode left. I'm probably gonna give it a 10. Really, it was pretty good. So highly would recommend. Would definitely recommend. Mayonaka Punch. All right, I didn't think I was gonna like this one. I really didn't. Quick hydration break though. All right, I didn't think I was gonna like this one because it's a vampire, right? And I don't like vampires, but the content creation aspect was very appealing, so I decided to give it a shot. And I don't think I've seen an anime about content creation be as relatable as this one. Everything, but from trying to pump out videos to editing to like issues and all this other stuff was very relatable. I've been doing content creation for a very long time now, probably like 8 or 9 years at this point, probably like 8 years now. And I've been on the platform consuming content for even longer, so I can kind of relate to this. This one was a little bit more on the Japanese side of content creation though. I don't know if anyone here has ever seen how the Japanese do content creation, but it's a little different than from what we do over in the West. Theirs is a little bit more, well, it's a little different. It's hard to explain, but it's different. But you can kind of tell that they were keeping it like that. But yeah, the characters are great. The characters are great. You have our main character, right? Or what was her name? Masaki, right? She basically is the main driving force between the Mayonaka Punch crew. So she's in charge of everything pretty much. He's like the director in a way. and then you have Liv, and then Ichiko, Fu, Tokage, and Yuki. Yuki gets added into the crew later on, but she has her own thing. But they all do the content creation. They all have their own personality. Tokage has multiple personalities. I had to, sorry. But for the most part, the characters are all pretty unique, and I like that. And the final episode was so good. It was so good, dude. It kind of took me a little bit off guard, which was kind of nice. So yeah. So if you're a content creator like me, or if you like content creation in general, I highly would recommend this. It was just funny overall, and it was great. So I gave that one a 10. Solid 10. I'm pretty sure it is over, right? Yeah, making sure. Okay, I didn't watch After School Hanako. Oh wait, it's this one. My bad. I already said that I dropped Yozakura Family last season, so I'm not gonna talk about that. Of course, the goat, or the deer in this case, of the season. Our favorite, everybody's favorite brain rot, Shikanaka Naka. Wait, I gotta do it, right? I gotta do it. Hold up. Give me a second. Because I did actually make it, so... Oh, wait, give me a second. Gotta do that. Yes! Shikanaka naka naka gashita. Shikanaka naka naka gashita. I had to do. Okay, I'm not gonna talk much about this because it kind of talks for itself. And it's just kind of like, you gotta watch it to really understand it, so. Yeah, but overall, the comedy in this was peak. It was just every second was a joke, pretty much. Not only was the whole anime a joke, but yeah. If they do end up making a second season, which I really hope they do, then I'd be really happy. From the looks of it, they might not. I'm pretty sure it's an anime original. Oh, it's a manga, right? And yeah, just go watch it. It's freaking hilarious. It's total gag humor, total comedy, and it is the best. Just go watch it. Okay, My Hero, I don't think it technically hasn't ended yet. I think it still has a few episodes left. Yeah, I think there's a few more episodes. But this season how do I say it? It is dragging on a little bit longer than I would have liked it to. But I kind of understand, because for some of the episodes they're dealing with individual characters. So that's cool. And even more, they're dealing with villains. So you're getting the backstories of certain villains too, so that's nice. But I do feel like some things are getting a little dragged out. I'll just give it at that. I'll leave it at that. But so far the season's been pretty good. I think this is gonna be the last season too for it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, it's My Hero. Everybody knows My Hero. It's obviously gonna be good. So yeah, go watch it if you haven't. My wife has no emotion. I'm sorry, but I gotta roast. So I did end up dropping this one mainly because I get that later on it might have gone maybe a little sweeter, maybe a little bit more like better, but it wasn't bad. I just kind of didn't appeal to me. You know, the whole robot wife things. I get people that are lonely, and Japan would so do something like this. Let's not be coy about this. They would so do this, and they probably will in a few years. But I don't know, her being like very robotic, like you could see like most of the robotic pieces, kind of threw me off a little bit. Didn't really like that. She has no emotions, so she talks, but her mouth and her expressions don't even change. So that's part of the thing, but that kind of put me off a little bit too. I just kind of didn't really, I don't know, I found it a little bit, not weird, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I found it uncanny, right? Like, I get that the guy's lonely and he's looking for, you know, companionship, but I kind of didn't, it threw me off, so I dropped it. So I can't really say if it was good or bad. I just wasn't for me. This, I don't know what this is, because this hasn't really shown up on my thing. Yeah, I don't even think this, it says it's finished. There's no synopsis, so, oh, it must have been like a third season of this or something. I don't know. That never showed up on my feed, so. Okay, Nier Automata. Okay, so I think the last episode is tomorrow. The year 11,954. Man, I forgot how long it's been. So I can't really talk much about this without really spoiling stuff. If you've played the game, obviously you probably watched this and you probably know it. They did change some things apparently, but I wouldn't know. I will play the game on the channel someday. It's on my list. Definitely gonna play it, but it's near. It's really good. It's been depressing the whole season, really. It's just been really depressing, not gonna lie. But this is why we watch it and play it. So, yep. So, would I recommend? Of course, I'd recommend. I did recommend last time. Definitely recommend this time. Just be prepared for a little bit of some hard themes. No longer allowed in another world. Guess what? It's an isekai fantasy. Everything else. So, like every other isekai this season, was pretty meh. First off. Second off, I kind of did end up dropping it around 6 episodes in. Because every episode was starting to kind of get the same. The guy here wants to die, so he finds a way to like try to die in a funny way. It's kind of like just a joke, really, but he still kind of doesn't want to die. And there's a problem, right? Like one of the other worlders, because there's other people that got isekai. They're causing problems, and then the main crew finds them. They get into like some sort of scuffle, they kind of lose, they come back, and then this guy fixes it somehow. That got boring after like 3 episodes. The guy just he's kind of just depressing to be around, so I kind of just got bored of it. And kind of the other characters don't really have personality, really, also, so I kind of So I dropped it. Would not recommend. Can't really give it a rating even. Oshinoko! Ooh, man. Oh, it's adorable. I never saw some of these visuals. Okay, so if you've seen the first season of Oshinoko, you're probably obviously watching this one. This one, for the most part, the first like half took place of them was just them doing the play for Tokyo Blade, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of start getting a little bit like, man, just get on with it already. Like, I get that the play was to develop their characters a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to see where the story would go, and the play dragged on for like 7 episodes. But it was pretty cool to see. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil though what happened in the last episode in 11, I think it was, right? Yeah, or 12, because that was very, very that one hit like a freaking freight train. So yeah, after that I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm a little concerned. Hopefully this gets a third season, and it doesn't wait a lot, because this was really good, and man, I just want to see where it goes. So yeah, Oshinoko, fantastic. Okay, so I had to stop watching this one because they stopped. I don't know why it's on hiatus. In order to maintain quality, a selection of episodes will be aired in lieu of new episodes. Yeah, so I never noticed that the quality started like going down. The story did kind of start dropping off a little bit, where the whole assassination plan, the overthrow thing or whatever in the capital was. Yeah, I mean, overall this anime is pretty meh, so I might not even continue it. I kind of was just going because the dynamic between the two main characters is pretty nice. I kind of liked it, but it just stopped. To maintain quality, like, okay, I get it, but at this point people are gonna forget about this and drop it. I don't even know why it has a 7 rating on this. So yeah, I probably would recommend the first season, maybe, but it really depends. So I don't even know why it has a military tag. It's not even really military. Plus size elf I didn't watch. Pseudo harem. Okay, so pseudo harem probably was the best romance season of the anime of the season. Romance anime of the season, because the dynamic between these two, he's a freaking idiot and she goes along with it, and their dynamic is great. I loved it. It was so nice. And they actually get together like pretty early on, like 2, 3, like 3 episodes in, I think. I could be wrong. they do end up getting together pretty fast, which is nice. And after that, it's just pure comedy, really, between the two. They get into like different situations. She has a thing where she's trying to be an actress, right? So when she's talking to him, sometimes she'll talk to him like as like a tsundere, not yandere, a tsundere, or like a little sister type, or like the cool Chan or whatever. And it's pretty funny seeing his reactions. But yeah, it's a good romance. So it says subtext, but it's pretty in their face. It's pretty in your face. So I would recommend it. Definitely a solid 9 for me. Okay, quality assurance in another world. Another isekai, but this one's a video game isekai. So this one is that the main character gets the main character and a few other characters get trapped in this game that's really buggy because they're debuggers and they can't leave the world. So they're like, all right, well, let's just keep debugging and try to progress the main quest and see if we can like get out of here. And that's really the whole thing. This one was probably the best isekai of the season. I mean, that's not really saying much considering the competition was, you know, utter trash. But this one actually deserves its proper rating. I wouldn't give it a 7. I probably would give it an 8 because it does try it a little different. I really haven't seen video game isekai in a while, especially one where they're trapped in practically a Bethesda game where everything's in danger of, you know, you being killed by a bug. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's still ongoing, so I can't really say. I probably would give it an 8 so far. I need to catch up because I'm like 1 episode behind though. So okay, right. There was a Rick and Morty anime and I forgot about it completely. Let's see what else. Senpai is an otokonoko. So this one ended today. Actually, I kind of just finished watching it. It was pretty good. It's nothing too out there. It's more of like what's the word? Well, it is mostly like school life romance. There's some romance really, but yeah, there's a good amount of romance. And the main character Makoto is a otokonoko. So that's kind of the whole premise of it. And he's trying to like just go about his life essentially, which is pretty nice. It doesn't do anything different, and there's gonna be a movie in, next year, so that's gonna be cool. But if that's not your type of thing, then obviously I wouldn't recommend it. But if it is, if you like romance, if you like school stuff, right, it's pretty calm. There's nothing too explicit or anything explicit at all, really. So it's pretty calm. So I'd give it a watch. Didn't watch all of that. Didn't watch that. Okay, Shoshimin. So this one ended up very abruptly also, which took me off a little bit. Luckily, there's going to be a second season next year, so that's good. So when I said that Makin had probably one of the best art styles of the season, well, this one kind of upped that. This one had a really good art style. Like, it had like the art style of an anime movie, like almost Makoto Shinkai level. It was really good. So I don't know. I did like it, but I had my gripes with it because the two characters are trying to be ordinary, and as the episodes go, every episode is like a new mystery that happens, or like they get roped into something. The main character's bike gets stolen, or who ate the last tart, or like, you know, it goes like that. And it's pretty cool how they like deduce everything. It's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue, so you got to pay attention to that. So it's probably not for everybody. It did just end abruptly, like I said, and I didn't like that. I don't like it when they do that. Either like end in a somewhat like, you can end it and have a cliffhanger, but not like it just stops. Pretty much, just have a proper ending for now. And if you're gonna continue it, obviously just pick it up from there. But other than that, I didn't really have that many gripes. If you're not paying attention though, it might go over your head. So you gotta like really lock in. But overall, pretty good. I really love the art style. So like I said, I was just looking at everything really nice. The environments are drawn so beautifully. You just want to be in there, dude. Would I recommend? Probably yes. If you're into the mystery, very dialogue heavy school stuff, then yes. It's almost like Hyoka. Think about it as Hyoka. They're very similar. So that's a good comparison. And the main characters are pretty nice too. They have a pretty good dynamic. There's no romance at all, so you don't have to worry about that. So if that's not your thing, then you don't have to worry about it. If it is your thing, still give it a watch. It's pretty good. Okay, so Shy season 2. So I think Shy is getting a 3rd season, I believe. I don't remember. It did get delayed because of the Paris Olympics, but it did kind of leave off also on a cliffhanger. But like I said, they did it pretty well. So this season was actually pretty good. They introduced the dynamic between the twins, so that was nice. It's like a superhero anime, so if that's not your thing, you might not like it. But I think this one's a little bit more on the calmer side in terms of like superheroes being overpowered and whatnot. Like, there's a few of them are, but not all of them. They still kind of get their butts handed to them a few times. They gotta work for their victory, essentially. So that was good. Would recommend probably a solid 8. If that's not your thing. If you're not into superpower stuff, then skip it. But other than that, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh man, do I really gotta talk about Spice and Wolf like this? Okay, and don't hate me for this, because I got some hot takes. So I get that a lot of people had Hollow as their first waifu, right? And this is getting a 2nd season, so that's cool. And I can see why. She is fantastic. She's adorable. She got the bumpy ears, the bumpy tail, very floof, and she's just adorable overall. The problem with me arises that like when they reach the what was it, that one part where they meet that one the kid, what's his name, Ameri? The other merchant, the one that sells fish, and they're doing the whole stock market stuff, right, with the pyrite. That whole like arc was very confusing to me, first off, right? Because we get introduced to the kid, and then him and Lawrence make some sort of plan, and then he wants to like basically have Hollow like date her, marry her, or whatever. And they don't end up going out, but she does kind of end up hanging around with him for a while, and Lawrence gets all depressed. And that was so confusing because it's like, dude, you kind of let them do that. You didn't even like try to defend your wife, or you just kind of let her go, and then you get mad, and then you try to screw him over, and then everybody in the comments is hating Ameri, or whatever the kid's name is, and I'm like, why? What did he do wrong? If anybody, Lawrence is the one that messed up. And then like Lawrence is he's an odd character. Like, for like the first half of the anime, he's getting screwed by everybody. Either a deal goes wrong, or he takes out too much money, or someone's trying to kill him, or something. And that was just kind of like, oh, what kind of dumb thing is gonna happen to him next? Was what I was going off. But yeah, at some points their dynamic is a little weird. She gets mad at him, and he gets all depressed or whatever, and it's like, I don't think it's really warranted. I will continue. Obviously, I did watch all of it. I will watch the 2nd season. It's not bad by any means. I'm just saying I have my gripes with some things. Overall, if you watch the first one, you watch this one. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this. Pretty sure everybody's watched it. So yeah, I'd probably give it a solid 9. Okay, the Suicide Squad Isekai I have not finished. Probably won't. The Slime Isekai's 3rd season. Last episode for this season is probably gonna come out tomorrow, it seems. On Friday, yeah. So I don't actually have my gripes with this season, but everyone else seems to have him. So the whole first half of this was basically Hinata and like other people trying to kill Rimuru and destroy his nation, which is like every other season, but walk with me on this. So they end up getting like, okay, we figured it out, we're cool. And then it starts off a whole other arc of Rimuru trying to build up the city more, trying to get more gas. They open up a coliseum, a dungeon. Their economy is going up. They're trying to have treaties with everybody, which is really cool. The whole political maneuvering and trying to establish relationships with their kingdoms is really cool. The problem that people have is that there's too much talking, and that shouldn't be an issue. People like, they just keep wanting to have fights all the time. Like, man, give these people time to rest. They almost wiped out their kingdom like 2 seasons ago. A lot of their friends died, and luckily they were able to resurrect them. Now they sent assassins from like high level to try to kill him again for like the 5th time, and they almost succeeded, right? Give him a little bit of time to rest, guys. All right? Okay, I get it. Some of you don't like it when there's a lot of talk and no action. I get it. I'm the same way. I'll lose interest. But this is world building done right. Okay? If you want to watch some like action all the time, go watch some other trash isekai that has that, if that's your thing. But like the whole hate towards the last half for having too much talking, too much dialogue, and not enough fighting is very unwarranted in my opinion. And even then, they added a whole Coliseum arc where there's like a fighting tournament. I usually don't even like those because they drag on too much, but this one was kind of interesting, and it only lasted like 2 episodes, so that was nice. There probably will be obviously a 4th season because it's such a heavy hitter. So yeah, but yeah, I just kind of had my gripes with the audience in this one for hating on that for so much. The Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses Season 2. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This one threw me for a loop when the 2nd season started, because from the looks of it, it was gonna be like, oh, there's the new girls that are like basically like mirroring each other, and it's gonna be like a new competition between the two, and there's gonna be drama and all that. No, not really. It only lasted a few episodes, if anything, at that. And after that, they kind of became friends, and that's pretty nice. Their dynamic was pretty nice. So, yeah. Overall, though, I feel like they did kind of like just push the entire romance thing. Like, they're just, you know what? That's it. You guys can have them. And they threw our main character to the wolves. Mainly her, and her. These 3, especially this one, are savages. All right? But it was nice seeing them kind of like accept that they kind of like each other. So that was nice. And it's not all of them, too. Like, her relationship with the main character is very like she's almost like a big sister in a way, and hers is kind of like I wouldn't say like a love-hate relationship, but she's very critical of the main guy. The other ones do kind of make sense though. Well, maybe not hers too much, because she only started liking him after she gets drunk, because she gets really loopy and really like lewd. But yeah, that I didn't really like too much. But Riho's very wanted, and so is Akane. But these 2 are best girls, definitely. But I'm a personally Riho fan, right? Riho team, right? If you're otherwise, then the door's right there. The other girls were pretty funny too. They all each have their little quirks. So yeah, that was nice. The romance was pretty good. So it's the 8. It's pretty well deserved. I probably would give it a 9. I feel like it could do with a little bit more on the drama side, because that was one of the strong parts of the first one. But to each their own, I guess. Okay. The Fable. I mean, the Fable's not bad per se. Like I said, I'm not into the organized crime Yakuza style type thing. This is an anime that I usually have on the side when I'm making the schedule on Sundays. So I'm half paying attention to it, but I'm still paying attention to it. The plot's good. The main guy, Fable, is kind of a dork, which is funny. But I probably wouldn't recommend this one. It's good, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not for everybody, first off. And I don't know. It is pretty decent, though. If you're into like crime stuff, then yes, I would. But for just anything, if you're just a casual watcher, probably wouldn't recommend. But yeah, like I said, this one was an on and off for me. I wasn't paying much attention afterwards, but yeah. Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant. So this one's a short anime, only half of what a normal runtime is. I ended up dropping it because it had stopped, I think, and then I forgot about it, and it was just kind of like meh. I didn't like their dynamic, and I just kind of got bored, so I dropped it. Oh man, this one. Okay, this one's not isekai, but it is fantasy. The Osanubi adventure, trained to death by the most powerful party. So, you know that running gag I said where the main character is an idiot? This guy's the same way as the other one. He's just as dumb. He looks exactly the same too. So yeah. But I dropped this one because of that particularly. He's overpowered, he's really strong, but he doesn't even realize it. And yeah, it was just dumb. I just didn't like it, so I dropped it. Okay, this one apparently is an isekai. I had no idea. The strongest magician in the Demon Slayer is a human. I dropped this one also. The plot for this was so boring. I ain't never seen a cookie cutter plot as bad as this one. Well, maybe I have, but this one was like a major offender. And like, they didn't try anything different. They could have, but they didn't. At one point, it's like, oh wait, something's gonna change. Oh no, it's the same thing as always. And there's so much unnecessary CGI. There's CGI of them standing there and talking. All you gotta do is animate the lips, my guy. That's it. They weren't even moving. And then like all the enemies and stuff, and the goblins and orcs and all that were all solid 3D, and they were just so boring looking. The designs were awful. I just couldn't, and I dropped it. Would definitely not recommend. Probably would give this one a 2. Awful, man. Tower of God. Okay, so I ended up dropping this one. Sorry. The first season was decent. The second one, I just kind of, I don't know. I felt like they skipped something somewhere. Probably just me. But this is the same guy that Rachel kicked off the tower at the end, and he's all the way at the bottom now, right? And now he's like super edgy and strong now. And that's really it. I just kind of didn't really like it. First season was a little better in my opinion, but whatever. I'm still gonna say it though right now. Rachel's probably right. Fight me. Alright, VTuber legend. How I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream. Isn't that relatable as heck? So this is the second content creation anime this season. I think that's the only 2. There might have been another one. But being a VTuber myself now for over a year, and being part of that culture, really like it kind of resonates with you, because I have known of VTubers that have forgotten to turn off their streams. One of them fell asleep during the stream. Another one kind of had a similar incident to this. Apparently, the VTuber models that they use have been used in collabs with other VTubers, and there are actual VTubers shown, like when they're watching videos, they'll show up in like the recommended. They showed Kizuna Ai at one point. They showed I think they showed Marin from Hololive, and they showed Choco Sensei from Hololive at one point. And then at the end they had a bit of like a reel where they showed some of the other more veteran VTubers that I don't know their names, but I know that they've been around for a while, almost as long as Kizuna Ai, so that was cool. There was some points where there was a little bit of degeneracy. I get it. This sort of stuff is very prevalent in the VTuber community. I personally don't like that kind of stuff. I know I'm probably one of the worst offenders for degeneracy, but I'm not that bad. But this sometimes for me was a little bit like, okay, I get it. They're thirsty, and they're thirsty for each other. But can we tone it down a little bit and focus more on like the VTuber stuff? So yeah, I would probably give it a 9. That only the thirst part was the only thing that was off-putting, but I love the content creation aspect of it. That was pretty nice. They could have done a little more with it, I feel, but yeah. Why does nobody remember me in this world? So this one was not an isekai technically, but it was a fantasy, sort of modern fantasy in a way. So to be fair, the story for this one isn't too bad. It's actually pretty decent. The visuals and the art style is a little mediocre, and the animation could use a lot more work. It's a little bit inconsistent and kind of cheap. But apart from that, it doesn't really... Well, it does detract a little bit, but not as much. But overall, it's doing okay. I'm going to finish it. Probably wouldn't give it anything higher than a 7, because it still lacks in some areas. But it's decent. Would I recommend? Probably not. Okay, and next, Wistoria Wand and Sword. Okay, so this one was also fantasy. done by Bandai Namco. So, I thought this one was gonna be a little bit different than from what I from what it was. If you guys remember, a few seasons ago, there was an anime. It was like the Seven Swords of something. I forgot what it was called. It's a similar vibe to that, except the main character is essentially talentless without magic. He can't use magic, but he can use a sword, and he's really good at it. He's basically Harry Potter, but with a sword and without magic. Story's pretty good. It follows a similar dynamic story to some of the other things that I've seen, so I can kind of see that. But for the most part, the story's pretty good. He's overpowered, but it's not like in your face kind of thing. But other than that, that's just it. It's like pure fantasy, really. Pure fantasy magic for the most part. There's no romance. There's a little bit of drama, but not really. There's a lot of action and adventure, so yeah. I would highly recommend. Probably would end up giving this one a 9. Still haven't finished it though, so we'll see. And that is it for summer. We have done it. Overall, I'm gonna be honest, summer was a little bit of a letdown. Most of the fantasy stuff, most of the isekai stuff, and both combined, were very disappointing. Very disappointing. I don't think I've ever seen a season with such disappointing like releases. However, it did have some pretty strong stuff. You had obviously My Hero, but if you don't count My Hero, you have stuff like Oshinoko. You have stuff like the you have stuff like crap. You have stuff like Makeen, Mayonaka Punch, VTuber Legend. Some of the like Shiika Noko, My Nokotan. Some of the strong ones, and a lot of good second season stuff. So that was good. I don't think it was 50-50, honestly. I think the season was probably an 80-20 in favor of the bad stuff. That kind of messed it up, but yeah, don't let the bad stuff ruin it though. It's still a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Okay, so that'll do it for summer. Next is what we're gonna watch for fall. So let me take a frickin' swig of this lovely 100% Gatorade. Because I can feel my voice dying, honestly, dude. Okay, so we're gonna speedrun to this because I think Keisha has a stream in like 20 minutes. So yeah. Alright, so obviously gonna continue 2.5 dimensional seduction. Let's see, with 365 days to a wedding. Takuya and Rika work at the same travel agency in Tokyo and are both happily introverted and single cute. But their company is opening a new branch in Alaska next, here employees without a spouse will be recruited to work there. Ooh. Desperate to avoid the move, and though they're hardly spoken before, they decide to fake an engagement. These quiet coworkers become a convincing couple. Oh, so it's one of those fake couple ones. Okay. Alright. Let me see. Main girl looks familiar. I feel like I've seen her before. Wait, I feel like I've seen him too. Huh. Also, why would you not want to move to Alaska? I get that it's cold there, but my uncle lives there. You get paid to live there, man. It's great. It's a red state also, so it's fantastic. But alright, that one's on my watch list. Sounds fun. Don't know what the heck this is. 5 billion years? They're shorts, it say. No short. Okay, this tells me nothing, but from the looks of this, might be like a 3D CG thing, or maybe even live action. So I don't know. I'll watch it if it comes around, but no guarantees. Acro Trip. Chizuko is a normal otaku girl in Niigata Prefecture. She's obsessed with Berry Blossom, a magical heroine who will protect the city, but the battles with her inept nemesis Chroma have become so lackluster that it's not even worth watching. Chizuko wants to see Berry's flower desire to quickly leads the seemingly timid girl down the path of evil. Oh, so it's going down the route of gushing over magical girls in a way. Okay, I mean from the sound of it, where like the main girl becomes like one of the bad guys. Also, this guy is literally the brother from Yuzakura family. What the heck? Alright, I'll give it a shot. I'm not gonna watch Hanaka-kun because I don't like Hanaka-kun. I heard Furena's getting a 3rd season pretty soon. Cool. Okay. I know Trench really likes Arifureta, so yeah, it is like, I'm gonna be honest, it is utter trash. It is utter isekai trash, fantasy trash. but I can't stop watching it. It's so fun. It's just fun to see him mess stuff up because he kind of takes what other protagonists don't. He's like kind of overpowered, but not really. But he's not scared of doing bad stuff, so that's cool. The Reincarnated Aristocrat. Right, this was getting a second season. So, the first season was very average. Second season, we'll see what's up. But, yeah. I probably wouldn't recommend it, honestly, though. So, yeah. But, I'm going to watch it, see what's up. A terrified teacher at Ghoul School? 2 queers back to back. Okay. Rookie teacher Haruaki Abe is as cowardly as they come. It's hard enough for him to handle human students without whimpering, and now he's going to be teaching at a school full of monsters? It's a classroom of horrors for Haruaki, as the mischievous students use every means at their disposal to prank him. Will the sport teacher be able to get his group of ghouls under control, or is his class destined for failure? Okay, so it's giving me the same vibe as Interviews with Monster Girls, even though some of these look normal. Oh, okay. She's like a centaur? Okay. Alright, I'll give it a shot. See what's up. Could be funny, could be not. Let's see. What's Blue Box? Badminton, basketball. Okay, so this is a sports anime. Probably not my thing. His art style looks very similar. Telecom animation film. What have they done? Oh, that's why it looked familiar. Ooh, no. Ooh. I don't like that. Oh, man. I don't like Orange. Orange is one of the worst anime I've seen. Yeah, art style looked familiar from Astronaut. Okay. They've done some pretty big stuff. Or pretty noticeable stuff. They've done a lot of Lupin, too. So that's cool. I know the boys love Lupin. Or Lupin. Whatever. Yeah, probably not gonna watch it because it's sports. So yeah. Blue Exorcist probably won't watch either. Blue Lock. Blue Miburo. Neo is an orphan who can't help dreaming of a better world. In this action-packed manga, he meets 2 men who show him how much a few swords can change history. This riveting samurai story. Oh, it's a samurai one. Probably won't watch this one. I'm not really into the whole samurai thing. I like their coats though. That's pretty cool. I like that. So who's doing this? Maho Film. What has Maho done? Standing on a Million Lives. Okay, by the grace of the gods. Land of Liddell. Unique skill makes me dude, I've seen all this. I've seen all this trash. I mean, some of it is pretty good. Standing on a Million Lives season 2. Did this ever get? Wait, did this ever get a second? Yeah. I did get a second. Right, I did watch that. Dude, I think I've seen every single anime here. Yes, I've seen this one. Wait, is this the one I'm thinking of? No, wait, I haven't seen this one, have I? No, wait, I did watch this one, yeah. This one, that one, this one. I didn't watch that one because I kind of got sick of it. This one, that was awful. This one, I have not watched this one. This is probably gonna air this season, I think. Okay, so Molly Film's a lot of trash and a lot of 50-50 stuff. Okay, probably won't watch this one though. So, yep. Okay, man, there's a lot of stuff that like ongoing stuff. Demon Lord 2099. 5 centuries ago, Demon Lord Veltoy reigned over an immortal nation. Now the time has come for him to awaken once again. The year is 2099. Civilization has reached its peak evolution, leading to high-tech landscape. It's cyberpunk. It's the JC Staff anime, though. He's holding a PlayStation 5 controller. That might be bad. That might be really bad. Also, he looks pretty boring. Oh, he looks so edgy. Oh, it's cyberpunk. I'll give it a shot. See what's up. Demon Lord Retry R. Okay, so that's 2 of them. Adaptation of Demon Lord Retry manga's revamped version, Retry R. Akira Ono finds himself in the world of Infinity. It's an isekai. Of Infinity game. As the last boss and his favorite character, Demon Lord Hakuto Kunai. After meeting Aqua, Luna, and other friends along the way, We continue journey to find a spell that can take him back to the real world. Okay. This one's gonna air pretty soon. Okay. Looks a little generic. Not gonna lie. But we'll give it a shot. This is like only one of 2 isekais that I've seen so far yet, so that's not a bad sign, really. Goodbye, Dragon Life. From that, I can already tell that it's gonna be trash. Long ago, the most ancient of divine dragons was slain by a human. The mighty dragon accepted its death when suddenly it was reborn as Dolan, a man who lives in a quiet village. So it's reincarnation, but not isekai. Okay. Well, we're spending another peaceful day in the fields. You meet Selena, half human, half snake. Creature looking for a partner. They unlikely do become friends, but challenges lie ahead. Sounds very generic, very boring. Man, like, this looks so... I've seen all these characters before, dude. Like, this is the same character every time. Well, at least it's a Lamia girl this time, but man, okay, I'll see what's up. Probably gonna be trash. Haigakura. Story takes place in Senkai, the sacred otherworld where immortals and humans live, is on the verge of collapse. Ichio, a poet warrior, poet warrior, like Snoop Dogg. Oh, who was the poet warrior? Ice Cube, I think. Give me 1 second though. Let me mute this real quick, because Kishi's live, so I'm gonna go drop by real quick. Oh wait, I put that over here. Can I? Oh, piss off. Can I be first? Am I gonna be first? No, dang it. Alright, let's see. Kessa to capture God's Sky all over the world, follow his followers. This one's just straight up fantasy, it says. Alright. Just dropping my quiches real quick. Okay, I don't like this art style. It looks kind of old actually. Very old, like 90s style. Probably won't watch this. Doesn't really seem appealing to me. Stop it! Hamidashi Creative. It's the end of June and the summer seems to locked in place. Tomohiro Izumi, recognized by himself, and those around him as an introvert, is spending another quiet day in his little corner of his classroom, or so he thought. Congratulations, like there's this is based off a visual novel, isn't it? Yeah. I might skip this one. Visual novel adaptations have not been my thing. Okay, let's see. How I attended an all guys mixer. Oh, this one's another cross-dressing one. College student Tokyo gets invited to a mixer by his female classmate Suo. But when he arrives with his friends, they're created by 3 deadly handsome men. Turns out these 3 cute boys are actually women in drag. Oh, okay. So they work for a butler club. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'll give this one a shot. Seems like it can be kind of funny. Alright. Okay, this is the other one we saw by Maho Film. Let me just... Let's see. Me is the same girl who hates all those prim and proper heroines who got reincarnated as a villain in the world. Oh, this is like the 5th one this year, man. But my favorite fantasy dating. It's an Otome game. Why? Those are so boring, dude. The first 2 were nice, but then it started getting bad, man. I'm not even gonna finish the synopsis. Oh. I mean, at least she looks kind of decent. Okay, I'll give it a shot, but ugh, man, these usually just end up pretty mediocre. Ooh, what? Whoa, what? Goddess of fertility arc for Danmachi. Whoa, okay. Ooh, and they're gonna have Freya finally, dude. Dude, I like Freya. Freya's probably one of my favorite goddesses in this anime. And like, ooh, more new characters. Ooh, okay. Kind of hyped for this one. Kind of hyped for that one. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. Okay, don't know what that is. Oh, this is getting a second season? Really? Oh, this looked awful, man. You know what? I bet this him blurring is probably part of the render. That looks, yeah. No. The first season was awful from just looking at the trailers. I don't know how it was a 7, but yep. No. Would not watch that. Would not recommend. Let this grieving soul retire. Oh man. It's the golden age for treasure hunters, adventurers hungry for wealth, fame, and power. And glory risk their adventures. Searching the treasure, let's become treasure hunters. Kai and his childhood friends swore to become the greatest of them all, but the dream should have died the day that Kai realized it wasn't cut for the job. Okay, so he gets disillusioned, right? Oh man, that guy's like, whoa, that guy's like Steve. He's just so square. What the heck? Ooh, Witch Girl looks pretty cute. Okay, who's animating this? Zero G. Wait. Zero G. Farming Life in Another World, Grand Blue Dreaming. Naughty. Okay, they've actually animated some good stuff. Oh my god, dude. Man, I'm such a freaking weeb. I've seen all of these. Man. I haven't seen this. Oh, it's for 2025. Okay, I haven't seen that, obviously. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Dive. Okay, I've seen some of these, but okay. This sounds alright. I'll give it a shot, but Lockdown Zone Level 10 or X. Ryoka is awakened by a flurry of text messages from her mother. Panicked and rushed. Mom is clearly concerned for her safety. Not to kill her daughter know why. Her reasoning behind it is nothing. The world might be ending, and that might be a massive new life form on the roof of their parent. Oh, okay. Horror mystery. No visuals. All right. I haven't actually seen a horror anime in a while, so I'll give it a shot. Lone Rise Life in Another World. So I watched the first episode today. It aired this morning. It wasn't, so far it wasn't too bad. From the looks of this, I know it looks like it's him and a bunch of girls. Trust me, so far it's not. Even though some of them are pretty cute, but yeah, it's his whole class got isekai'd. But yeah, you gotta have the women from the girls for the marketing, I guess. I'll obviously gonna give it a shot. It's fantasy isekai, same trash this whole season. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. There's never a dull day at the office when you're a magical girl. I was looking for someone new, something challenging, and very highly paid. Extreme monsters and exciting magical pace. With over 500 magical girl companies now in operation. Blah, 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 blah. JC staff, okay. Okay. She looks like every generic magical girl ever, though. What the heck? So it's a magical girl company. Okay, I like the sound of that. Oh, cute. All right, I'll give this a watch. It's on the watch list. Mekore Mechanical Arms. Originally a middle school life in the thrilling turn when he encounters Alma, an alien entity resembling a mechanized limb. Kameko Alma, a member of the rare species, fleeing from a sinister group hunting down their kind. Resistance group arms likely to endure. It's a mecha anime. I feel like I might have heard of this one before. Doesn't really look like it's my thing. Probably won't watch it. Moth Ghost is getting a second season though. Murai in Love. Murai is a second-year student at Takebe Gakuen High School. Doesn't Gakuen actually just mean school? So it's Takebe School High School. Enrolled in the college preparatory course, his homeroom teacher Tanaka summons him to her office, declared that his post-high school plans are to marry Let me reread that again. Tanaka summons him to her office after he declares that his post-high school plans are to marry her. Oh, okay, I get it. Tanaka rejects Muneri, telling him that she would never be interested in a boy with long black hair, secretly an otaku. She has eyes only for Hitotose, a character from an Otome game. Okay. So he wants to marry his teacher. Okay, he looks like a dork, and I like that. I've seen this art style before. It's JC Staff, so it's probably gonna be good. Alright, I'll give this one a watch. Murder Mystery of the Dead. No synopsis. Okay. But this one is airing all the way up in like November. Okay, can't really tell anything from this, so probably will watch it. Negative Positive Angler. Tsunehiro's life isn't easy. After a doctor gives him 2 years to live and debt collectors come knocking, he falls from a bridge. In the nick of time, Hana and her crew spot Tsunehiro and pull him to safety before returning. They anchor offshore to fish, and Tsunehiro catches a huge sea bass. In a battle, beginners good luck as the apartment building crumbles. Ha! His new life begins to unfold. Oh, it's by Studio Nut. So, it's a fishing anime. I've only actually ever seen another fishing anime. The Breakwater Club, which is pretty nice. Okay, I'll check it out, see what's up. Nina the Starry Bride. Oh, wait, before I even read that, is this gonna be a... Nope, it's a Bishi anime. Nope, sorry. I don't like Bishonen anime. Orb on the Movements of the Earth. In 15th century Europe, heretics are being burned at the stake. Wait, hold on, give me a second. Being burnt at the stake, Rafal, a brilliant young man, is expected to enter university at an early age. But it's the field in theology. But Rafal values reason above all else, which leads in both a shocking conclusion that the Earth orbits the Sun into the hands of the Inquisition. It's a historical one done by Madhouse. Okay. The characters don't look too historical, but I'll give it a shot, see what's up. A lot of the ongoing stuff. Oh, ReZero's getting its 3rd season also, right? In a week almost. Okay, all right. Let's see where it goes off from there. Ron Kabababa's for deductions. I did skip that one. Rurouni Kenshin, skipping that one. This was the one I was talking about. Dude, no, Japan, man. Spirit Chronicle. For some reason, this one was #1 on like the most viewed, and for the visual novels, and or the whatever the heck it was it manga? Light novel. Like, man, why? It's so bad, dude. A 7? That's not even. Ugh. Whatever. Please do not watch this, and please don't give it any attention. I'm not even gonna watch it for it being bad. Please don't. It is so bad. Shangri-La Frontier is getting its 2nd season, which is cool. Hopefully they'll be a little bit more on the game side. Hopefully do something with the main character, because him just being running around just with a pair of shirts kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. It's a freaking RPG. Come on, dude. Get some better armor. No, wait, what? Yo. We're getting a Gun Gale Online Season 2. Dude. Okay, for all the crap we give to Sword Art Online, the Gun Gale spinoff was really cool. Len is probably one of my favorite characters. That was pretty cool. Okay. All right. I'm a little hyped for that. That's probably going to be one of the heavy hitters for the season. I might actually watch the trailer for this. Okay. I was not expecting a Sword Art Online, especially Gun Gale Online 2nd season. That's cool. Okay, the do-over damsel conquers the Dragon Emperor. Jill breaks out of prison the night before she's set to be executed by her fiancé, Crown Prince Gerald. She's struck by an arrow while escaping, but instead of dying, she's transported 6 years into the past. Bro, this is the plot from that other anime, where she's trying to change the... Oh, come on. Be more original. She's even wearing the same outfit, practically. Oh, come on. I'm gonna watch it, but... Man, like... Ugh. It's that same studio, isn't it? No, it's JC Staff. What the heck? The plots are just so reused. The healer who has... The healer who was banished from the hero's party, or his party, is in fact the strongest. Is there like a generator that comes up with random isekai light novel titles? Because if there is, I think it's been overused so much that I don't even know the titles anymore. They're the same. I'm not even gonna bother reading the synopsis. I could already tell what it's gonna be. The most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan. Like, see, these dumb long titles are such a meme, and I hate it. Let me take another drink. Noel is the grandson of the legendary Seeker over Death and dreams of surpassing his strength, but it turns out that Noel is nothing but a talker, the weakest class of them all. Underrated, he uses silver tongue to gather allies, develop cutting strategy. So the guy has speech 100. Got it. Charisma 10, speech 100. From the looks of things, he looks pretty edgy. It's not fantasy, is it? Okay. Okay. Awesome. 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 Great. I'll give it a shot. 7 Deadly Sins, Forking Season 2. Story to the girls who couldn't be magicians. It's a JC Staff anime. This probably doesn't look like it'd be something I'd watch, so I'll give it a skip. Tohai Ura Rate Mahjong. That's a Mahjong anime, never mind. Ooh, Tombo's getting a second season. Wait, when did the first one air? I thought the other one aired like last time. What the heck? Thought it aired a few years ago. Never mind. Nah, it doesn't look too interesting. Doesn't look too... Trillion Game? What's this? Success means earning $1 trillion to do so. Take full advantage of their own unique skills. How to is persuasive and compare. Just from that synopsis alone, doesn't really tell me much. The art style looks very similar to some other stuff. Oh, it's Madhouse. That's why. Okay. Nah, probably won't watch it. Okay, Tsuma Show. Because he's lived in grief since his wife passed away 10 years ago, but when a young girl visits claiming to be Takei's reincarnated... Wait, why does that sound familiar? Oh, it's this one. Oh, yeah, Twitter was trying to cancel this one. This one's not translated properly. You know what this translates to? It translates to my wife is an elementary school student, is what this translates to. Tsuma shogakusei ni naru. I heard that it's not what it seems. It's just that the people that are terminally online on Twitter got the wrong idea. They probably think it's like some like super lolly thing, but apparently it isn't. I wouldn't really know, but Twitter's usually wrong. So I'm gonna give it a shot to see what's up, and yeah, we'll see from then. Tying the knot with the Amagami sisters. Uryu Kamihate is a high school student. They all are. They always are. They're always high school students. Starting to enter Kyoto University's medical school. After being raised at an orphanage, Uryu is taken in by chief priest at Amagami Shrine, where he begins his life as a freeloader, and to the cohabit with Yai, Yuna, and Asahi, 3 of those shrine maiden sisters. Okay. Condition to live in the shrine is to marry into the family and inherit the shrine. Okay, so I've heard this plot before. Okay. The girls look alright. Plot seems kind of boring, but I'll give it a shot. See what's up. Uzumaki. Ooh. I think I've seen this before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen this before. This isn't a Junji Ito thing, right? No. Only 4 episodes. Who knows? I'm not really into the psychological horror kind of stuff. Avant-garde. But I'll check it out. Yakuza Fiance. Is this a second season? Or is that just Lee? So Somei Renji is Somei Yoshino's grandfather and leader of the Somei group, the Kansai region's biggest Yakuza group. where he arranges for her to be married to Miyama Kirishima. Yoshino has to move to Miyama clan estate. The Kanto region's biggest Yakuza creation. Nice young man that nobody would suspect that comes from a Yakuza foreign family. It says organized crime, but I've seen his art style before also. Studio Dean. Studio Dean's done Konosuba? What? I thought Konosuba was done by A1. Or JC Staff, huh? This is my stepsister, Remonster. Glog Horizon. Sakamoto desu ga. Sankare. Man, they've done a lot of stuff. And yes, I've seen just about everything here. Man, I am a weeb. Okay. Probably won't watch it. And the last one for today. You are Miss Servant. One day high schooler, always, Hitoyoshi gets an unexpected visit from a maid at his home with her black hair, graceful manners, and a peculiar request to be hired. She turns out to be a former assassin with a knack for clumsiness. This encounter leads to shared life under one roof, with her emotionless heart begins to stir. This is the story of a lonely maid fighting to find a family. Okay, sounds interesting. Okay. Whoa, that's pretty cool visual. All right, I'll give this one a shot. Sounds like interesting. Okay, and that'll do it for Fall's watch list. To be fair, so far it sounds very weak. Apart from like the recurring stuff, like season 3 of that, and a few other things, it seems like it's a really weak season. There's a lot more isekai than I expected, and a lot of them they just sound so reused, and that's not good. So this might even be worse than last season in terms of that. But Buck, why do you keep watching the isekai? Look, somebody has to let the people know about the trash, all right? You gotta have one of those poison testers, and that's me. When it comes to this, is the only thing I'm good at. So just let me have it. So yeah, overall, probably a weak season this year. Probably one of the weakest this year, not gonna lie. Apart from like Gun Gale Online 2 and Danmachi Season 2 and some of the other things, not really hyped for anything else. So yeah. Alright. I know it's a bit of a short stream. They usually are. They're usually an hour 45 around there. So yeah. Hopefully I will be able to upload oh yeah, I did finish editing. Stealth September's second to last episode will be going on Saturday, and I'll finish the game on Sunday. I probably should have rushed it a little more, but I mean, a lot of stuff came up, and I'm helping Kishi with a project that you guys will probably see on the 1st of October, so be on the lookout for that. She's pretty cool. Other than that, that's it. Pretty short, but sweet. So for now, thank you for watching. You're all fantastic. Please don't watch any of the trash isekais I mentioned, not even for the funny. And I will see you next stream.